Hello friends, good evening. Hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. So guys, today it's a short video and it's a short video on the things that we had discussed 2 days back. Okay, so I'll give you a very small example on this, guys. Like 2 days back, I had taken a short video on the YouTube channel, specifically UPSC Mains 2025 key history topics. Okay, wherein for the aspirants, those who are aspiring to appear for 2025 mains, I had made a short video of 47 to 48 minutes, wherein we had discussed about the important topics that you need to go through before appearing in the mains examination. So as a part of this, I had discussed about few topics of ancient India, few topics of medieval India, certain aspects of modern India and world history. And fortunately, there were at least 2 to 3 questions which were reflected from the discussions that we had made 2 to 3 days back. Okay guys, like I'll give you a very small example. In this video, as I've told you, in ancient India, focus on 5 to 6 important topics. The first topic was Indus Valley Civilization. Then status of women during the Vedic civilization and later Vedic civilization, or comparative analysis of early Vedic civilization or Rig Vedic civilization and later Vedic civilization. Third aspect, rock cut architecture from the time of Mauryas till the Pallavas. Apart from this, we had discussed about certain aspects of Buddhism and Jainism. Okay, specifically Gupta administration and so on. So we had discussed 5 to 6 important topics from where we expected at least one question. Fortunately, as a part of the discussion, I had discussed about, I have posted few screenshots here. I had discussed about Indus Valley Civilization, sites and the structure, wherein I was explaining this is the extent of Indus Valley Civilization. This is nothing but the upper citadel and lower citadel, the basic typology. Then great granary, I was explaining that part. Fortunately, there was a question on this. Okay, I'll come to the end. In the end, I'll tell you what approach do we need to follow for history. Second major aspect. Okay, these were the important topics that I mentioned from the perspective of art and culture that you need to focus upon. First one was Nagara and Dravida style of architecture. Just read at least once. Then specifically legacy of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Sufi and Bhakti movement, development of rock cut architecture, Vedic society, Buddhism and its impact on Buddhist philosophy and its impact on Southeast Asia, as a part of Act East policy. Fortunately, there was one question precisely on the architecture perspective, and there was a question related to Chandela dynasty, correct? And the question was like specifically about the development of the architecture and its reflection in the and its reflection in the society at that time. So here you had to explain Nagara style of architecture by citing an example of Khajuraho group of temples. In Khajuraho group of temples, there are many temples such as Kandariya Mahadev temple, Lakshman temple, Chamunda Devi temple. There are temples dedicated to Chitragupta temple. And in all these kind of temples, you are going to see one thing. What is that? Intricate designs, depiction of animals, erotic figures, depiction of god, goddesses and different apsaras. True? So as a part of this, before that, you had to explain certain aspects of Nagara style of architecture, which actually had its genesis from Gupta era, but still it is visible in the Khajuraho group of temples, located in the region of Jeja Bhukti, also referred as Bundelkhand. So a question cropped up from this area, Nagara and Dravida style of architecture. Correct? Third important aspect. We had discussed about one thing. That what needs to be focused in the examination precisely from Delhi administration, Delhi Sultanate, Mughals, Bhakti and Sufi, Marathas and regional kingdom, wherein we had discussed one thing. focus on the administration of Delhi Sultanate, focus on Bhakti and Sufi movement, and focus on the Mughal administration, precisely the administration during the time of Akbar. True? Precisely during the time of Akbar. And at that time, fortunately enough, I had told you, like, discuss about the Mansabdari system prevalent at that time. Or just go through Mansabdari system prevalent at that time and things associated with Akbar. There is a question in the examination about the religious syncretism. Here you have to discuss about Dine Illahi. Correct? Another important aspect that we discussed about the world history. Like world history, there are n number of topics. Like there are topics related to feudalism, church, correct? Reformation and counter-reformation, English Revolution, Glorious Revolution, Industrial Revolution, American Revolution, French Revolution, feudalism in Europe at that time, and its comparison to Indian feudalism, World War I, World War II, unification of Italy, unification of Germany, Cold War era, and so on. But I had told you to focus on 5 important topics. First one was feudalism, second one was American Revolution, third one was French Revolution, and the fourth and the fifth topic you will observe in the video. I have told you focus on World War I and World War II. So fortunately enough, there was a question on French Revolution. True? So this was done 2 to 3 days prior before of the GS paper 1. Now guys, I'll tell you one thing, precisely from the perspective of history. Now, certain things as a part of history you need to focus more. Like if you observe this year's question paper, there were 3 questions precisely from the perspective of art and culture, multiplied by 10. So 30 marks, it was related to art and culture. Then one question from modern Indian history, Jyotiba Phule. Okay. That was 15 marker question. Another important question from world history in the form of specifically about French Revolution. And there was one question from post-independence India. So approximately related to history, there was 75 marks question out of 250. Now, as a part of mains, my personal suggestion, like 1 or 2 students have messaged me on Telegram, sir, like what do we need to follow for ancient India, medieval India, modern India and world history? What sources do we prefer? Correct? I'll tell you one thing. If you have read the NCERTs and the Tamil Nadu State Board book, apart from this, do not go for multiple resources. Confine your resources, go for multiple revisions. Correct? Like in ancient India and medieval India, precisely from the perspective of prelims, there is majorly the questions related to terminologies. And in mains, there are questions related to art and architecture or culture. So I would suggest you one important book. Okay, there are many books, Bipin Chandra, Satish Chandra and so on. Okay, V.D. Mahajan. For ancient and medieval India, I would suggest you Poonam Dalal Dahiya, one important book. Then for modern India, many people prefer Spectrum. I would suggest you read B.L. Grover and Alka Mehta for modern India. For world history, Norman Louis, Jain and Mathur or Arjun Dev 10th standard old NCERT. That's it. Do not prefer Norman Louis and Jain and Mathur both. Either of them, Norman Louis or Jain and Mathur. Getting the points? So, ancient and medieval, Poonam Dalal Dahiya, modern, that is B.L. Grover and Alka Mehta. And the third one is the world history. You can prefer either Norman Louis or Jain and Mathur. Go for multiple revisions. Solve as many as MCQs as possible. Okay. And make it as a habit of writing answer on daily basis. Do not skip your answer writing at any cost. Just make out time, approximately around 10 to 15 minutes on daily basis to write the answers and get it evaluated by your mentors so that you can get a genuine feedback. Where do you need to improve upon? Okay guys, so hope you like this short session. I have already conducted a series of ancient India, medieval India and modern India on YouTube, wherein right now I am going through the series of medieval India and covering vivid aspects of the Mughal Empire. Okay, you can also go through the series of ancient, medieval, and modern, and very soon I'll be coming up with the series of the other parts of history. With this, I'll stop my word for the day. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.